Welcome to this presentation on sustainable energy management, where we'll explore why greener energy matters and how it can be managed effectively. Over the next few minutes, I'll guide you through core concepts, practical solutions, policy frameworks, and real-world examples, giving you a clear, approachable roadmap to understanding sustainable energy in today's world. This slide outlines the structure of our talk and what to expect next, starting with an introduction to sustainable energy, then diving into renewable sources, efficiency, and conservation, followed by policies, challenges, and finally case studies and innovations that illustrate these ideas in action. We'll begin part 1 by framing what sustainable energy really means and why it's important, so you can see the big picture before we examine specific technologies and strategies. Think of this section as setting the stage for the more detailed discussions to come. Sustainable energy centers on 3 ideas: using renewable sources that naturally replenish like solar or wind, minimizing environmental harm to cut greenhouse gases and pollution, and ensuring long-term availability so communities don't face resource depletion. And together these principles guide smarter energy choices for people and the planet. Moving into the benefits, sustainable energy helps mitigate climate change by lowering carbon emissions, boosts energy security by reducing reliance on imports, stimulates economic growth through jobs and investment in renewables, and improves public health by cutting air pollution, offering wide-ranging advantages beyond just cleaner electricity. Looking at global trends, renewable power like solar and wind is growing rapidly as costs fall and technology improves. Electrification is expanding with vehicles and smart grids, increasing electricity demand. Efficiency measures are becoming more common to lower consumption, and adoption still varies widely across regions, creating opportunities and challenges. Part 2 focuses on renewable energy sources, where we'll break down major technologies, their strengths and trade-offs, and how each can fit into broader energy systems, so you can better understand why a diverse mix of renewables is essential for a stable, low-carbon future. Solar energy is abundant and widely available, and it's become increasingly affordable thanks to technological advances. It powers everything from rooftop systems to utility-scale farms, has versatile applications across homes and industries, and generates electricity without direct greenhouse gas emissions, making it a cornerstone of many clean energy strategies. Wind energy delivers efficient, continuous output in high wind areas and can coexist with farming and other land uses, offering low operational costs once turbines are installed and producing no direct emissions, which makes wind a highly competitive and scalable option for reducing carbon footprints at large scale. Hydropower provides reliable generation where flowing water is available, often serving as both power and storage through reservoirs that balance supply and demand. Many facilities offer multi-purpose benefits like irrigation and flood control, and by using the water cycle, it supports long-term renewable energy availability in many regions. Part 3 turns to energy efficiency and conservation, highlighting how smarter design, behavior, and technology can reduce demand and stretch our clean energy supplies further, which is often the quickest, most cost-effective way to cut emissions and save money while improving comfort and reliability. Practical techniques for efficiency include proper insulation to minimize heating and cooling losses, switching to energy-rated appliances that consume far less power, adopting smart LED lighting and motion sensors to cut lighting energy, and optimizing HVAC through regular maintenance and programmable thermostats to improve overall building performance. Behavioral changes are equally important and often cost-free. Simple habits like turning off unused lights, scheduling energy-intensive appliances during off-peak hours, making small thermostat adjustments seasonally, and conserving hot water can collectively reduce consumption and ease strain on the grid without sacrificing daily comfort. Technology plays a central role in modern energy management, from IoT-enabled smart systems and home energy monitors that optimize use, to integrating renewables and storage into networks, improving grid operations with advanced metering and AI-driven optimization, and using data analytics to spot waste and guide targeted improvements. Part 4 looks at the policy landscape, where international agreements, national incentives, and local regulations together shape how quickly and equitably sustainable energy is adopted. Understanding these frameworks helps explain why some countries advance faster and how policy drives market transformation. Key international efforts include the Paris Agreement's global aim to limit warming, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 7 that promotes access to sustainable energy for all, recurring COP conferences that track progress and commitments, and national renewable targets that translate global goals into measurable policy action. Governments also use incentives and rules to spur clean energy deployment, offering tax credits and subsidies for renewables, feed-in tariffs to guarantee fair prices for green electricity, financing programs to lower upfront barriers, and energy efficiency standards that raise the baseline performance of appliances and buildings. Non-governmental organizations and other groups complement policy by running advocacy campaigns to raise awareness, conducting research that informs better decisions, supporting community-level renewable projects, and forging international partnerships that share expertise and funding to scale sustainable energy solutions where they're needed most. Part 5 addresses the challenges in managing sustainable energy, including financial, technical, and social barriers that slow adoption. Recognizing these obstacles helps us design more resilient policies and projects that can overcome real-world constraints and ensure a fair transition. Economic and financial barriers include high upfront costs for technologies like solar and wind installations, disparities where fossil fuels still receive greater subsidies than renewables, and funding gaps that limit access to capital for smaller projects, especially in developing regions where investment is hardest to secure. Technological limitations remain a concern, particularly energy storage technologies that must improve to reliably smooth variable renewables. Grid compatibility issues where networks need upgrades to handle decentralized generation, and supply chain dependencies on critical materials required for clean tech manufacturing. Social and cultural obstacles include limited public awareness of renewable benefits, resistance to change, rooted in long-standing reliance on conventional fuels, and equity concerns, where unequal access to clean energy can exacerbate existing social and regional disparities unless policies explicitly address affordability and inclusion. Part 6 presents case studies and innovations that show practical success and emerging solutions, helping us learn from real-world examples where policy, technology, and community engagement have aligned to deliver meaningful progress in sustainable energy deployment. Successful regional implementations demonstrate what's possible. Denmark's strong wind leadership from policy and community engagement, India's rapid solar scaling through targeted programs and large utility projects, and Norway's near-complete reliance on hydropower, thanks to abundant water resources and long-term planning, each offering useful lessons. Innovations in storage and distribution are transforming reliability and flexibility, from lithium-ion battery improvements that enable better grid and behind-the-meter storage, to smart grids that use digital sensors for real-time management, and hydrogen technologies that promise long-duration storage and heavy-duty renewable fuel options. Corporate examples show the private sector's role, with companies investing in clean energy and efficiency at scale. Major tech firms are buying renewable power and optimizing data centers. Electric vehicle and energy companies are developing integrated solutions to reduce fossil dependence. And many corporations are embedding sustainability into operations to meet climate goals. Thanks for following along with this overview of sustainable energy management. As we conclude, remember that combining renewable technologies, smarter policy, behavioral change, and innovation creates a path to a cleaner, more resilient energy future, and each of us can play a part in making that transition successful.